Hello, Sarah. How are you?
Wonderful. So happy to
Good.
be here tonight.
I am so glad you're here, and I'm so looking forward to hearing your story. Like we were just talking about prior to coming in here for the first time, really, because I haven't. I've obviously we've met, we've hung out, we've done the things, but I've never really heard your story, and this is going to be fantastic. But I'm going to go through the chat a little bit, see who's here. Evelyn, hello, friends. Hello, Evelyn. And John, together
Hey,
strong.
John.
Hello, John, and you're on time. Actually, you were early. Oh, that's awesome. Nancy, hello, Cindy, and Sarah G, and all the hail raisers. That's my group. That's my group. Nancy said we just got on the road, so I'm not sure how much signal I'll have, but excuse me, we'll listen as much as I can. Brian Dish is here. Good evening, Cindy and Sarah, and all hail raisers. TGIF. Yes. Thank goodness.
It's Friday. Woo!
He's saying hello. And Evelyn said, I'm off school till January. Woohoo! She works at a school. So,
Yeah.
yep, I can imagine, Evelyn. Must be nice to have 2 weeks off from work. Brian, let me tell you, it's nice to be retired. See here? Oh, yeah, I'm retired. Every day is off work. Smarty pants. Smarty. Oh, and this is Lynn, 22 Q Cat. Hi, Cindy, Sarah, Evelyn, John, Nancy, and Brian Dish. Yay, off. And Rick from Twinbrook Acres. Holy moly, I remember what day it is and remember the correct time. Yay!
Um,
He shows up late and then he says, I forgot what day it was. And Liz, I almost reminded you, Ricky, but I had faith in you and here you are. That's right. Oh man, I love that song. Listening to Stairway to Heaven while I wait. That was our senior prom theme song. Brings back memories. I bet. I bet it does. Linda Flanagan is here. Hello, everyone. Thanks, Liv, but you shouldn't have faith in me. I have too scatterbrained lately. No, you're good. You're good. 'Tis the season, and it should be. Hello, Lynn. Sean Bradley is here. Hello,
hey,
Sean.
John.
And Two Crazy Ketos is here. So excited. My friend Sarah is sharing her amazing story tonight. Yes, so am I. Joe, Rachel, whichever one you are. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Sean and Rachel. Everybody's saying hello. I'm assuming it's Rachel because everybody's saying hi, Rachel. This is Aaron. This Booby Goats. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
This is Bree saying hey. Two beautiful, victorious women. Love it. Well, yeah, and you are also one of them, Rachel, for sure. Josephine Callie, she is from Australia. Howdy, beautiful people. Hello. And yeah, Sean's telling Nancy safe travels. Absolutely. You and Les have a great time and be safe. This is my sister Deb. Hi, Evelyn, Rick, Sean, Lynn, Cindy, and Sarah, and everyone else. It's easy. Friday. Ollie Springer is here. This is awesome. Oh, I lost my track. My screen just jumped. Remembering the day and time during the holidays is extra challenging. It's, being retired, remembering those days and times is challenging. And yes, thank you, Evelyn, and all the teachers. We appreciate all of you. Absolutely. And we just go down just a bit. Angel Dust, cheers from Oregon. And Two
Hello.
Crazy Keto says
Oregon.
both of us. Yay. Hello, hello. And hi to Brian. My husband is lurking somewhere out there. I haven't seen him pop in yet, but he will. So anyhow, Sarah, like we kind of met at Keto Palooza 2022.
Yep.
And the most amazing thing, like we were talking about backstage, is when Autumn had everybody stand and sit down little by little after you lost so much weight, you sit down. Well, I was excited because I had lost 100 pounds and sat down. I was like, yay. Well, there's still people standing. I'm like, holy crap. And she gets to the 200-pound mark, and you are still standing with one other person. And I'm like, dang, this woman's got it going. That's wild. That's like so impressive. When did you get started and how did you do it?
Um, it's through a series of unfortunate events, we'll say.
Mhm.
Um, my appendix had ruptured and I was in the hospital. They gave me a 50-50 chance whether I was going to survive or not. I became sepsis.
Wow.
And I knew I had to change my lifestyle because it wasn't helping me. And while they were in there um, with appendicitis, taking my appendix out, they noticed a large tumor. And they said, well, you're going to have to come back a year later and have that removed. And then I had that removed. And then the year after that, I had a double hernia repair. And so through that, my brother had talked to me about doing like paleo or like low carb. But he says if you're going to do it, you have to stick to it. You can't go on and off. It's really going to mess with your system. So I took a while and really thought about it and prayed about it. And I started doing low carb and lost a lot of weight. And during that time, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and a few other autoimmune issues, which I still deal with today. Um,
Mhm.
I don't currently take any medication for them because I don't have too many bad flare ups eating keto. If I go off of keto, I know I will have a huge flare up. So
Right.
that's one thing that keeps me dedicated to eating my low carb lifestyle.
Mhm.
Um, then I met the two crazy ketos. About the time I was just kind of wavering, like, do I really want to do this lifestyle? I don't really have anybody alongside me that's doing it with me. And just developing a friendship with Joe and Rachel helped me pull me through that time where I was struggling, and they have helped me stay on track and choose to eat the low carb lifestyle, which I love. And
Right.
through time, I realized that I needed to start building muscle. And I'd start for a while, then I'd quit. But this past year, I said, I am going to do it 3 times a week until the end of the year. And I'm going to keep going because I see the benefits that it helping me on my journey. And
Mhm.
I started out with just walking because that's the only thing that I could do. And even when I lived in Wisconsin before I moved to Florida, I would walk in our basement garage because we live in an apartment complex. So we had a huge parking garage that I walked in. So no matter what, it was getting done. And
Right.
that's part of my mantra that I have developed in my thinking is set a goal and stick with it. And it's good. You're going to have hard days where you're not going to want to get up. There are days I still want to lay in bed and don't want to
Mhm.
go to the gym. But I know that if I don't, my body pays. So,
Yep.
and he didn't come right alongside me to begin with. It took him a couple years. He thought I was crazy, fell off my rocker, but he started to see the benefits of how I was able to do long walks and just mentally, um, before, uh, well, towards the beginning, um, I had mental health issues. I
Mhm.
would lay in my bed, think about suicide. And there's a few attempts that I tried unsuccessfully, thank God.
Thank God is right.
But and but this way of eating has calmed a lot of those noises where I
Mhm.
don't have that urge to go that dark. So I am so thankful to God for bringing me to this way of eating.
Right. Now, I have to ask you, and I know it's not all about what the scale says, but all of our journeys, that's the beginning of it. You know, where were you at your highest? Do you know?
420 pounds.
I'm sorry.
420 pounds.
Mhm. And like I said, in 2022, when was it you started the low carb and all that?
Probably 2018, maybe 17.
Okay, so we're
I
talking four
started.
or 5 years
Yeah, it's been a
when
while.
I first saw you,
Yeah,
and you were down, if I'm not mistaken, 240 pounds
right.
at that point. That is amazing. I know with me, it was like 22 months from the time I started keto till I lost that 100 pound. I got that 100 pound mark. And I was like, yay.
Now it's been stuck for a couple years, but I think there's some internal healing that really needs to happen. And I'm this next year looking into some different things to maybe get some of those stuff healed.
Yeah. I mean, it's a step at a time.
Right.
Nothing happens overnight.
No,
And when
I
you
didn't get
have,
that right.
like you said, you have some autoimmune issues that you're still dealing with. That is a deterrent right there. I mean, it's like with my husband Brian being a type 1 diabetic, that is a huge autoimmune thing that attacks his whole body if he doesn't
Yeah,
watch what he's doing.
right.
He has a bleed in his left eye that he's having trouble with, and we're having trouble getting the doctors to, they want to give him shots in his eye. But in order for him to do that, they need to give him something to relax him because he can't deal with needles. And
Right.
they're refusing to give him something. So in the
Mm,
meantime, he's dealing with this bleeding behind his eye, and it's like, what the heck? We can't get
yeah,
any of his doctors to do this for him. And it's
yeah.
crazy. So yeah, the autoimmune issues, the scale, like I said, the weight loss is an added benefit to all the other medical improvements, all the benefit, the what am I trying to say? The benefits that we
Get up
see
and move.
medically, it's
That's
like that is so much better. I When
that's
I
it.
got off
I
the
don't
blood
know.
pressure meds after 50 some years, it was like, yay. You know? So I mean, that was pretty much the only one I was on. And I was really lucky I didn't have more issues. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's what motivates me to keep moving
Mhm.
because my joints will stiffen up, and it's very painful for me. So that's a like, at a girl, get her done because otherwise you're gonna hurt all day.
Yeah.
So it's just an extra push. So I thank God sometimes for my autoimmune issues because it pushes me in the right direction.
No, pain is definitely a motivator because you don't want to live with it. You want to get rid of it.
Right.
So yeah, that's a no brainer. So I don't know if you want to talk about what those issues are. I know you said there was the mental thing in the beginning, and what else did you have going on? What are you still dealing with, if you don't mind talking about it?
Um, intestinal issues.
Okay.
Um, I just go to the bathroom way too often, and so
Mhm.
my stomach uh, isn't in the right balance right now. So we're trying to figure out because when I had my appendix rupture, they had to move part of my colon. So nothing's been exactly right since then. So with some doctor's help, we're hoping to be able to figure out some solutions to those things.
Right. I get that. Hey, well, I had the gastric bypass. They reroute all of your intestines to do that. So I totally get it. 'Cause it's crazy. That is the worst thing. I wouldn't want anybody to go through it. It's horrible. Just want to see if anybody new is in here.
Anybody have any questions?
That's what I was going to say. What can I say? I enjoy a good origin story. Yes. Anybody? Karen from Low Carb Spin is here. Make sure Thomas from
Oh,
Target Prime Rib is here. Hello, Thomas. And yeah, power pain is a powerful motivator. It definitely is.
yes.
When before I had my knees replaced, I was miserable, and that was before starting keto. And I sometimes wonder if I had done that, would I have had to get my knees replaced? But hindsight is 2020. There's nothing you can do to change it. But boy, can I tell the story and pray that it helps other people to maybe not have to go through that, because it's
Wait.
crazy. Sarah has us all ditching the excuses when it comes to movement because she is so consistent and encouraging. Yep. I'm loving your gym post, Sarah. Very motivating. I joined Planet Fitness back in July.
Awesome.
Awesome. Together strong,
You can
sharing
do the gym at
experience,
home. You
strength,
can
and
do the
hope.
gym anywhere.
What, Sarah?
Because you don't have to join a gym in order to get functional fitness in. Just
Nope.
start where you're at. Don't don't wait until you can join a gym or wait. Don't wait. Just start doing something.
Yep. And take it a day at a time.
Yep.
It's like John said here, together strong, sharing experience, strength, and hope, one day at a time. It's like, yes. Have you had any stalls along the way? I think you just talked about
Oh,
that. You're in
absolutely.
one.
I I'm in like a 3-year stall, so we're hoping to get it moving again.
Now, have you
But if
ever done,
not,
I know you,
I
go ahead.
but if not, I'm happy where I'm at because of my health. I so much enjoy my life now versus 2 years ago. I didn't enjoy it. I've had so many adventures to have. I learned how to paddleboard. At 420 pounds, you're not going to learn how to paddleboard. Um, I've been able to go zip lining, and that is so awesome. Weight would have restricted me. I got to do horseback riding on this past cruise in the water. And if I would have been where I
Wow.
was before, I couldn't have done those things. I just would have to watch people do it. And I no
Yeah,
longer have to watch. I can do.
that is amazing. That is so awesome. And then Evelyn with the stalls. And now along with that, following two crazy ketos, I am sure you've done their challenges of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Yep.
As goodness
I
knows,
can last
it's
about
often.
60 days with that. And then nope, can't do it. I have to add some veggies back in.
Mhm. Now, have you ever thought, now since you are in a stall, and I know you said you're happy with your life right now and where it is, Have you ever thought of going carnivore for a period of time just to see if it would help get you moving again?
I've done it for 60 days, and it's just something I can't do long term. It's
Mhm.
mentally, I just am not able to right now.
Well,
I didn't
that's
see
it
any
in a
progress in
nutshell.
60 days, but maybe 90 days would have been the trick. I don't know, but
But that just means it's not for you. It's not for everybody. You
nope.
know, I there's no way I could. That would mean no keto chow. That would mean I'd be screwed right off the bat. So it's like,
Well, there's a lot of things I can't currently eat just because of my digestive system. So what I can eat, I do enjoy.
that's right. Love it, John. Please never stop saying it. Yep. And Rachel, so we're so proud of you, Sarah. Absolutely. I'm proud to say that I've met you and that we're friends and shoot. It's awesome.
Met a lot of wonderful people
Oh yeah.
that have supported me in my journey, and I hope I support them back.
Yep. You like she said, you are such an inspiration. You know that like Sean's saying here, how can anyone say this lifestyle is dangerous? 240 pounds, mental and physical well being. You're an inspiration, Sarah. Bravo. So
Thank you,
true.
Sean and Shell,
Hmm. Sarah, why do you think it's so hard for people to embrace daily movement?
because it's easy to do the easy thing.
Mhm.
Our mental state in our minds, we crave the easy stuff. We don't want to do the hard stuff, and it's just doing one day at a time. Because I wasn't consistent the first time I tried it. I've had to try it several times in order to get to be as consistent as I am. So just keep trying. Don't give up,
Mhm.
and know that there's always people out there rooting for you.
Yep. And Sarah will be your biggest cheerleader for sure. Prevention is always better than the cure. Yep. Thomas is saying hello. What does a typical day of eating look like for you, Sarah?
Generally hamburger, um, sometimes chicken, um, occasionally I'll have some like shrimp or salmon, but mainly burgers because it's easy. I can put them in the air fryer and go. Occasionally I'll have some bacon, but that tends to get too fatty for me and I have issues. So um, it's pretty much, I haven't been able to give up my diet soda yet. That I do struggle with. It's my one vice, but I'm not able to drink a lot of salties because then I have a reaction from that. So it's my sweet treat. I don't have like a lot of I don't know, like processed sweet treats just because my body doesn't tolerate them. But that's one thing I do enjoy is the diet soda, which I probably should give up, but that's
Don't
my
don't make
downfall.
me the don't let me be the only one still drinking diet soda because this is the one thing I never gave up because I don't do coffee, I don't drink tea. That's it. That is absolutely it. And I've the only time I've given it up is for 30 days of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and that was the longest 30 days in history. That was holy mackerel. I thought, geez, I didn't think it was ever going to end. Jonathan, exactly. I started out my walking in April of this year, literally crawling on the floor. I'm now up to 3 to 6 miles, one day at a time.
That is awesome, John. Good job.
John,
You.
I've been trying to get this man to come on and tell his story. He told me in April he will. I'm holding you to
All
it,
right.
bud.
I'm gonna watch.
That's right. Angel says, Sarah, thanks for sharing today. Have a wonderful holiday. You too. You're not
Yeah.
leaving already. What? Holy mackerel. This thing keeps jumping on me. What a beautiful statement. I no longer have to watch other people. That's it's impressive. It's like all the non-scale victories that we hear about from so many different people, from the seatbelt thing at the airport, the
Yep.
like you said, horseback riding. I've never been on a horse, but after I lost that weight, it's like, hey, I could actually get on a horse and go horseback riding
Yep.
without killing the horse.
You
What
could
a
actually sit there.
yeah.
Not
It
as
will
you
actually move with me on it.
right. Didn't need a
You
step
got
stool to get up there. So it's pretty
yeah,
awesome.
that's right. Exactly. I started my walking literally I read that already. Do you have any strategies to share on how you navigate holiday gatherings? Karen
Um,
from Low Carb
well,
Spin.
this year it's easy for me because just Alan and I by ourselves will go up and see my brother after the holidays, but it makes it a lot easier than what it used to be. Um, with Alan's family, they struggled with the way that I was eating and would always push like the desserts and that kind of stuff. And for me, I just say because of medical reasons, I can't eat that stuff. But they would push hard on Alan because Alan didn't have those medical issues. So, but eventually they uh, came on board and realized how much it was helping me, and encouraged them to eat less of the stuff that really doesn't help your body.
Yeah, it's, with me, I find it pretty easy actually. When I went to, a few years ago after Brian and I moved to Kentucky, we went to my older sister's house for Thanksgiving. We ate the turkey. If they had other meat, if they had ham, we ate that. I brought the dessert that I made and everybody loved it. It was like, you know, you make do and you take things that you know you can eat or eat before
Yeah.
you go and just enjoy your family time because that's
I've
what
learned to,
these holidays are about. It's like it
I've
shouldn't be
learned to enjoy
centered
the
around
company.
what food there is to eat,
Yeah,
you know?
I've learned to enjoy the company instead of the
Yeah,
food.
exactly.
And I didn't get to talk to these most of these people all year long, so it's nice getting to know what they've been doing, what they're up to.
Right. Nancy said, this girl is my ray of sunshine every single day. I'm so proud of her. I'm so glad God put her in my life. Yeah, I heard you two
Yeah, you
roomed
too, Nancy.
together on the cruise. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You got sick together on the cruise. What the heck? Sometimes togetherness is overrated, when it comes to getting sick.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sean, this movement at first hurts. It does. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
when I lost my weight, I did not even walk. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in the house, lost 100 pounds. Then I had the energy to get out and do things. And it makes a big difference because that's the biggest motivator is getting rid of some of that and feeling the energy to have the desire to go do something.
It hurts, but if you don't do it, the hurt's never going to go away, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, you said it isn't until you realize the pain is a good thing because it means you're getting stronger. Yeah.
Yep.
Rachel said, Joe just shouted, me neither. I'm assuming about the diet soda. I don't know. don't. I
Probably.
don't know. Like Nancy said, I still like my Dr. Pepper Zero. Yeah. What is a future adventure you have as a goal?
Ah, future. Well, I'd like to be probably more involved in helping people get their movement in. Not exactly sure how that's going to look, but I just keep posting my Instagram stories and encouraging people to get their movement in.
Mhm.
Um, I share my struggles on days when I don't want to be there. I don't want to do it, but I'm still showing up for me. And part of what keeps me going strong is my why.
Mhm.
And my why is to be here, to be present, and to
Yeah.
be present for my family and for my friends. But most of all, I want to be present for me because for years I wasn't. So
Yeah.
that's my why.
That's it. Amy is here. Hi, Cindy, Sarah, and friends. My first keto Thanksgiving. I packed the lunchbox with everything but the turkey. Got the turkey wherever she went.
Yep.
When the pain of holding on gets greater than the pain of letting go, I will surely let go.
Just keep putting one
That's,
foot in front of the other.
yeah. It's just, trying to remember where you were, you know, and why you don't want to go back there. And that's all of us that have been through all of this, all the things,
Right.
all the different yo-yo dieting, all the garbage and the it's just a lot, when you think about everything that you've gone through and in the chat, everything that all of you have gone through to get where you are today.
Yep.
Would you want to take that giant step backward and feel that depression, anxiety, and pain again that you don't feel today? I mean, there's three big reasons why this needs to work for everybody.
Right.
It's just huge. I mean, I I was getting hypoglycemic episodes one right after the other after my bypass surgery and before I started keto. And once I started this and based mostly on protein, those went away unless I do something stupid. If I
Right.
eat something off plan and I don't eat enough protein, I still get those hypoglycemic episodes and they stink. It's horrible. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons. And Rachel says, your why makes me cry, girl. Yeah.
I am so thankful that the two crazy ketos have been consistent in their journey and was there when I needed them. And they're there
Yeah.
for anybody else who needs them. And I am so thankful for that gift.
They were the first ones, other than Dr. Barry, that I was watching when I first started. They
Me too.
featured my story on there. And, I thank them all the time because they gave me the courage to do this for myself, to start this channel and tell my story and get other people on like you, Sarah, to tell yours. And Joe and Rachel, I want to thank you for that because that was huge for me. So, and Rachel said, thanks for being present because you are a gift. Yep. You're everybody's Christmas gift. Barbara, Grandma's Crochet Corner. Hello, everyone. Hi, Barbara.
Hello there.
It's a very powerful why, Sarah. I've tried to convert family and friends to keto. They all say it's way too hard. I wish for just one moment they could see everyone in this group.
Yep.
All you can do, Sean, is talk and pray that one day they'll get it. Just one day they'll pick up on it and say, hey, when I started, Brian hadn't. It didn't take him a couple years like it did Alan. Within a couple weeks, he says, I think I'm going to do this with you. because he was seeing the changes in me. And
Yep.
it was like, all right, we're going to do this together. And it's been, never look back, you know?
Yep. I'm thankful for some of the improvements that I've seen uh, in family members over the years. They may not be strict keto, but they are doing things to improve their health.
Yeah,
They're eating
very
less
much so.
sugary things, you know. So, you know, you do what you can until you can do better. You do what's for you. Not everybody is um, keto. Not everybody is carnivore. You know,
Right,
we all have our n equals one, I should say.
right. Well,
Equals
that's like
one.
back when we started these live streams, it was Sana and myself. Um, but we've said from the start, and I have continued to say, everybody and anybody is welcome in here. Whether you're vegan, vegetarian, low carb, keto, ketovore, carnivore, I don't care what your label is. Just be polite and respect others because, you know, that's what it's about.
Yep.
Karen says, yes, Rachel is an amazing cheerleader. Evan says, I think all of you, you all know them and follow, but if not, here's the 2KK channel. Thank you, Evelyn. And Rachel says, thank you for all your hard work to share other people's stories. Cindy, you are such an incredible blessing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try. I stumble a lot,
You're
but I
awesome.
try. What, Sarah?
You're awesome. You know, you keep
Um,
doing it time after
you are
time.
too. You are too. Show some love with a thumbs up. Yes. And Sean wanted to know if any update on Sana's husband. Those of you that don't know, I don't know if you know Sarah. Sana is the one I started doing live streams with. She had her own YouTube channel, Mrs. Perfectly Imperfect Keto. She stepped back from social media because she was pregnant. She wasn't feeling well. Well, since then, her husband has been dying. In fact, Rachel was on with Sana and I both before Sana took that step back. Her husband has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, a very aggressive form of stomach cancer. And he's really having a rough time of it with the treatment and chemo and all that. So she updates every once in a while. She started a GoFundMe because they're really struggling since he hasn't been able to work.
Yeah.
She's been working, taking care of the baby. They have 2 other boys and taking care of her husband, and she's just overwhelmed.
Yeah,
Thank
my
you, thank you,
sister-in-law
thank
lost
you.
her
I'm
stomach
sorry.
cancer. My sister-in-law lost her husband to stomach cancer. So it's tough.
It is. It's just, it's really bad. So yeah, prayers for Sana's husband and anybody else in the world that's suffering. This world is so upside down and backwards sometimes. It's scary,
Yeah.
but we can only do what we can do. That's it.
You just I'll be praying for them.
Mm-hmm. Got to. It's like, like I see all these accidents happening because people are crazy on the road. You see the airplane. I saw 2 things to. I don't watch the news. I'll just put that out there because it's so depressing. But when you see quips that are on Facebook or anywhere else, like plane crashes, and I've seen 2 this week, 2 plane crashes, different locations, and it's like it's hard. It's like wow.
Yeah, I lost an uncle in an airplane crash. So it's tough.
Now I would still travel in a plane no matter what.
Yep.
But my husband, no way. I can't get him on a plane. Phew.
They're so much quicker in an airplane.
I know. Trust me, I got to do
My
all the
friend can go
driving
my
too.
friend would say.
I have to do all the driving. So it's like bleh. Everyone is finding some
Here.
kind of yeah. Everyone is fighting some kind of battle. You can't always tell by looking at a person what they're going through. Be kind to everyone is so important. Cindy D, that's me. My week isn't the same for me when I miss your lives. Love your guests, Brian and you. Well, thank you, John. Stop missing them then. I'm just kidding. Rest in
With a
peace,
little
Jeff.
reminder for you.
That's right, John. Rest in peace, Jeff Biffle. I'm not sure I know who it is. They say I don't watch the news. I don't read the stuff. If I see something bad, don't. It makes our time together that much more precious. Thank you for facilitating this moment of community tonight. Oh, you are so welcome. And you got to thank this woman because all I did was ask her when we were in Disney Springs, will you come on the live with me? Yep. Didn't even hesitate. And I am so impressed by that because, like I was telling Sarah backstage, I want to get people on that don't have channels. And people have never heard their stories because their story, your story, Sarah, and others like yours, is just as important, if not more so, than the people that are out there telling their story day after day after day. And people know them inside and out from seeing them day after day. And it's like, it's just as important. And it's important to me to try to get these people to come on. And I get it. There's some people that are really gun shy, like Nancy Tanner, that I can
You
get to
can,
come
you
on
need to do
here.
it. I can do it. You can do it.
That's right, Nancy. See there?
It's not
And
easy for
you're doing these
people.
Facebook lives every stinking day, Nancy.
You can do it.
That's
But
right,
trust me,
she
you know you
can.
can do
Cindy Bryan should know who he is. He probably will. He's not in here with me on Fridays, but I don't even know if he's in the chat because he hasn't said anything. He said, hey, everyone, I had to take a break and feed the kids. This woman, do you watch her, Sarah?
it. No, I have
She
to look
has
her
got
up.
this girl, Booby Goats. Her name is Erin. She looks like she's about 18 years old. She's got 10 kids.
God
She's
bless you.
impressive. She lives on a farm, and I mean, she's just impressive. She's such a hard worker, and it's like, holy cow. Rachel says, thanks for being brave, Sarah. Your story will be the story that someone will totally connect with, and it will make all the difference in the world. Yeah. I get my granddaughter to watch this, I'll tell you. Sarah, you have an amazing story. I'm grateful you are willing to share to the world. Me too. I feel blessed that you said yes. You're
I'm
such a
thankful
good
for the
mom, Mary.
opportunity.
Jeez. All right then. I'm here. Oh my goodness. My phone's talking to me, picking up something I just said. It's like, oh, getting ready to call 911. I'm like, no,
No, please no.
that's crazy. Scarlett said she's no 18. She's like 28. Scarlett is one of her daughters. I'm thinking a combined channel of Nancy and Sarah would be incredible. Seeing your gym post and Nancy's walking post combined would be amazing. And Sarah, I know you're in my Facebook group. Feel free to post in there anything you want to post. Any
Okay.
inspirational thing, anything positive, which is you in a nutshell. You're always so upbeat and so positive that feel free because I post things every day, these positive little quips in there, but I won't stop anyone from
We'll
posting
try to
them.
be intentional in that.
That's right. This is my husband. I am now here trying to do something in the workshop, in the garage. Say, Nancy, maybe someday when God gives me the nudge. Well, you got to be open for that nudge. Yes, Nancy reinforces the no excuses for not getting movement in. I think that's a great idea, Sean. Yep. Hello, Mr. G Pig. That's my husband, guinea pig. Brian says, hit the like button. I hope you did, Brian. That's just saying. He's crazy.
I used to
I
have a guinea pig.
what?
I used to have a guinea pig. His name was Baby J because he had a big J on the front of his face. One side was
Really?
black, one side was brown. Yep.
That's cool. Brian calls himself my guinea pig when he tests recipes that I'll
Yep.
make, and it's just so funny. He's and then he gets into these. We do live streams together. Brian and I do on Wednesdays, and he
Yeah.
gets in these giggling. He just starts giggling out of nowhere, and I looked up guinea giggle on Google. Say that three
Uh-huh.
times hard. And I posted this little video that popped up on Google about guinea pig noises. And I posted it on my Facebook page. It was funny. Guinea pig, did you hear about Jeff Biffle? Brian? Because I don't know. I was sixth liked. Nice. Okay. Six, only six? I don't know. People in here are slacking if there's only 6 likes. Because I can't see how many there are.
Can I make you do to like it? No.
You got to get
I
them
had such
going.
a good time giggling on the last cruise.
Oh, man.
Time at supper, I couldn't stop laughing. That's how much fun we're having.
I'll tell you, it looked, all the pictures that Nancy posted and everybody posted, it looked like such a great time. I just don't do cruises. No, that's just not for me.
Yep.
Don't
You're
forget
just
that
like Kita
Brian is
Palooza.
also, what, Sarah?
You're just like going to Kita Palooza and those type of things. And those are awesome events. That's
Yes.
where I got to know a lot of the group that I have a close knit
Right.
family with, people that I've met from there. So
Right. Those events, I've gone to the smaller events like Central Florida Ketos. I've been to the one that Dustin and Jackie and Jennifer Lucas put on in Indianapolis. I've been to Columbus meetups. All these not so local for me, but like three and a
right.
half to 12 hours away to go to Florida. So
Well,
and
I
mind
flew
you,
to
it's
Florida
always
to go to
driving.
one. So
It's always driving. Liz says, don't ever forget that Brian is also the proud owner of Brian's Diner. When
don't
I'm
be
not
afraid to
home.
start your don't be afraid to start your own meetup. I did some meetups in Wisconsin. We had a good handful of people that got together just to have community and talk about
Oh,
things that we're struggling with.
I had one at my house like a couple years ago, and someone got very offended because they weren't invited. And I'm like, I have limited space in my house, and it was tough. It's like there's limited room, especially if it's not the nicest weather. And it had rained that day. We have a nice sized yard, and we have cornhole, and we have the string game, and we have all this stuff that we can do outside. But it was raining. It was crazy.
And we went
This
to Buffalo
comment
Wild
here,
Wings.
what?
And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and had dinner together. And like
Yep.
one time we went bowling, I think. So
Now, bowling, I'm in because that's what I do. We can have a meetup at the bowling alley. I don't have, I just have to
it
plan it
doesn't
with
have
the
to be
bowling
your
alley.
house.
Do
It doesn't
what?
have to be your house. It doesn't have to be at your house. You can be at a local
Oh, I know.
restaurant.
I've got a
Whatever. So,
barbecue place right down the road, Sonny's Barbecue, which is the best. It's like, yeah. Oh, I know. There's not very many people around here that do keto.
Right.
And people look at me like I have three heads if I say something. Like this is a sad thing, but there was a lady in our bowling league that was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and other people were taking up like a care package for her. And I said I barely knew her because I had just met her briefly, you know, after joining that league. She was out, and then she came back after a knee replacement, and then it wasn't long after she was diagnosed with cancer. And I said, well, I wouldn't know what to give her. And they said, just candy and crackers. And so I said, that's the worst thing you could give somebody that has cancer.
Yeah.
I said, because cancer feeds off of sugar. That's one thing I will not give her. So I put her a card with some money in it and a note, get what you need. You know, when I saw her after that, she thanked me for that. Everybody's put, some people put in blankets and all that, and that's fantastic, but so much junk went
Yeah.
in this bag, and I felt so bad for this. She has since sadly passed away, but it was like, come on, people, but they don't get it.
Well,
They just don't get it.
they're seeing it
So,
as comfort. That's what they're doing, and they
right.
don't realize like the damage that's being done.
Mhm. Brian, my husband Brian, is answering the other Brian. He saw it on Facebook. 18 likes right now. Woo! Another sad day. NASCAR. Okay. See, Brian quit following NASCAR when Dale Earnhardt got killed. So
Okay.
I don't. No, I have not, Sean. I have never done a cruise. No, nor do I have a
He doesn't plan
passport,
on it either.
nor will I ever get one. What?
He says, and you don't plan on one, at
No.
least at this moment.
Diners open pickup only. So this thing about Brian's Diner. When I go away, like a bowling tournament or something, and Brian stays home with Max, because I do the typically what I eat for the week videos, which are really behind because I'm having trouble with my phone. Um, I'll ask him to take pictures or do little short videos of what he's eating so I can include that in the video. Well, the first weekend that happened, I was away, and he would send me the pictures or the little videos. Well, I about lost my mind one day because he had a video and he posted and he said, "This is Brian's Diner." And I'm like, what? And then one weekend I came home. He's on, Brian's Diner is closed. I said in the background, yeah, because I'm home. Like, not fair.
One thing that I have incorporated to kind of help with my gut health is eating kimchi. I particularly like the pickles, but they're hard to get around here though. I have to go into Port Charlotte to get those.
Yeah. What is a specific dish you think should be a staple of every keto meetup? Meat? I, no specifics about meat, but that's pretty much all I eat. Brian eats broccoli, but in general, I would say just a variety of meats so people have something to choose from. Uh, To me, the protein is the most important part. You know, I
Yep.
don't know. What do you think?
I think meat would be, because I like when we have the Central Florida meetup, there's different uh, types of meat that people have cooked and different ways they've cooked it. It's always interesting to try that.
Right. Well, that's what I said. Just the different meats. I would be all right with just that. Like, I'm good. Josephine has to go out soon. I miss living alone. LOL, I guess. Sarah, I met both you and Cindy at Keto Palooza. Yes, you did.
Yep.
Brian, too young, what a sad day. I bet. I didn't see it. I didn't know him. Didn't know anything about him. So sorry. So I'm thinking brisket or pork belly for all meetups. Heck yeah.
Oh, fried up pork belly, like with the
Air
crispy
fried pork
outside. That
belly.
would be good.
Bowling would be a fun meetup activity, but will you come from Florida to Kentucky? I'm holding on to the last minute this time as I turn off. She's like 20 minutes later. Well, you do what you got to do, Josephine. Thank you so
Now,
much,
do we
honey.
keep up the guardrails when we bowl, or do we have to have those down?
I didn't get that. What?
Do we have the guardrails up when we bowl, or do we have to have those down so I
They
don't get
only
a
put
gutter
those
ball?
up for kids because adults
I
could
need
break
those
the
though.
things. I'll tell you what, they told us that because when I first went back to bowling 3 years ago, after like 20 years of not bowling, I'm like, I need the bumpers up, or I need that little plastic thing that you put at the end that you just roll the ball down. The kids do, they set it and they just push it. Yay!
Yep.
And I said, no, that's only for the kids. Sean said, I like
It
the
was a
axe
lot of fun.
throwing. I bet. I like the axe
Excellent.
throwing that Nancy arranged back in
Yep.
January. Bowling also works. Cindy has to bowl left-handed though, or she'd kick everyone's butt. I'm not bowling left-handed. I don't know. Last night was not good. Today, on the other hand, was pretty daggone good. Then, Brian Dish, I went to the doctor today and I got x-rays in my finger. Hope all
Well,
enjoy
if you
your
want to look
beautiful
good
day
bowling, just bowl with me.
tonight. It's just for fun anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have I wouldn't have given candy either. You did the right thing. Yeah, I wasn't about to. That wasn't going to be on my conscience. That nope. Bye, Josephine. Have a great day. Stacy is here. Easy peasy keto. Hello, Friday night friend.
Stacy.
Hey, Stacy. How's Ken? How are you doing? But I will Bradley once I get home. Okay. I think I should watch the replay once he gets home. I love cruising. We are just trying to get my husband retired right now. I bet. Hello, Kimmy. Deviled eggs. It's what I take to every family gathering. Yep, that's another one. Meat
That's
and
Alan's
eggs.
favorite. That's one of Alan's favorites, is deviled eggs.
Oh, I love them. I like eggs any which way. Hello, Stacy and Ken. I make my own kimchi. It's easy. There you go, Sarah. Brian. Happy on keto. Hello. Hi, Cindy, Sarah G, Nancy, and everyone else. Hello.
Hello
This is
there.
Mary.
Hi,
That's
Mary.
meat-up menu: pork belly, brisket, steak, hamburgers, and hot dogs.
Sounds good to me.
The last time when I had one at the house, Brian cooked ribeyes, burger patties. I don't even know what else. And everybody brought something that came. They brought a side dish, and it worked out well. It was nice. Hello, happy on keto. Happy. What the hell bowl? Andy's here. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Cindy. Sorry I'm late. It's okay. Hope you're doing okay.
Hey, Andy.
Come back, Sean and Shell. We can go bowling. That was never an option when Brian and I were there. Of course, we didn't have our stuff with us either.
Yeah.
Alley balls and alley shoes really are gross. Just saying. Just saying. I miss you, Sarah. Glad you made it home safely.
Yep.
Glad you all made it home safely. But that weather was crazy when you had to come home.
I'm glad I don't live in Wisconsin anymore.
Yeah.
Do not miss that weather.
Well, we could come down a day or two early in October for the Rachel birthday cruise, Nancy. Sean sounds good. Hi, Andy. So, Sarah, if somebody wanted your help in getting started, changing the way they eat, what would be the first thing you would tell them, suggest that they do?
Just start small. Um, just get rid of like your packaged foods and just try to eat whole foods as best as you can. And when you don't eat something that like if you eat something that's packaged, don't beat yourself so much over it. Just
Mhm.
get right back on it. Don't wait for a whole day to go by if you've eaten something bad. Just start the next time that you eat. And eventually you're gonna get it and gonna be consistent. Because it took me years before I was consistent. So
Mhm.
I've been on a diet since I was probably 7 years old. I remember getting on the scale at a friend's house and I weighed 128 pounds at 7 years old.
Wow.
So it's once I hit my teen years, that's when the weight started piling on. So, but I've struggled with it since the day I was born. So know that it does take time. We didn't get to this way we're eating overnight. And there are things that we need to deal with emotionally instead of using food to deal with our emotions. We need to find ways of dealing with our emotions differently. Like I will go to the gym instead of going to the fridge. That took time. So give yourself time to heal.
Mhm.
It's not going to happen overnight, but you're doing good. You're taking one step, moving in the right direction.
That's so awesome advice. That's amazing. Yeah, I when I started, there were 7 people living in our house, and I was the only one that went keto. I was doing all the cooking. And I know there's a lot of people out there that say, how can you do this being the only one in the house? It took me 3 months to get started on keto when my sister kept pushing information about keto in our chat that we have with our 2 other sisters. And by the time I was ready to start it, I told my husband, I said, I'm going to do this. What about you? He said, nope. I said, all right. So I cooked whatever protein I wanted, that's cooked. Whatever vegetables I knew I could eat, that's what I cooked. Anything else, if they wanted rice or potatoes or pasta, I cooked it. It didn't mean I had to eat it. And we'd all sit down at the table together and I ate what I could. They ate what they wanted because they also paid rent, which went towards groceries. So, you know, but I didn't want them in my kitchen when I was cooking. So I did all the cooking. And it is very possible when you're the only one in the house if you have the right mindset and if your determination is great enough to fight all that around you, you know,
Good
without
wife.
getting rid of everything. Because we had the Doritos in the house, we had the Cheetos, we had this, we had that. Because there were grandkids there, and they wanted it. The kids wanted it. Grown kids, it's like whatever. You guys are going to eat yourselves to oblivion. I need to get healthier, and I'm like, you do you, but I got to do this for me. And they
Yep.
were all supportive, and it was great. But it is very possible for
But
those that go
the only
ahead.
thing I have to tell them not to bring into the house There was root beer ice cream and vanilla ice cream in the house. It's the only thing I asked them not to bring. I said, you can have it outside of the house. I don't care, but don't bring that in. Because that was one thing that I was my go-to when I was having emotional issues was to have a root beer float.
Now you can with keto chow and diet root beer.
You can do that now, but when I first started, I didn't know about keto chow and
Right,
all the kind of
right.
stuff.
I did the first 90 days is
Keto has gone a long way.
strict keto. The first 90 days, I had no, well, except the Diet Pepsi. I had nothing else that was sweetened. And that was big for me because I was nightly having dark chocolate. And it was like, that was my thing, dark chocolate. When I was recovering from my knee surgeries, Brian and my son, they when they go out to the store, Mom, do you want anything? Dark chocolate. Yes, yes, please. It was bad. Rachel wants to know, will you miss a white Christmas?
No.
No, because with the beautiful white Christmas comes the nasty cleanup. What, Sarah?
It's generally dirty snow by Christmas anyway. So it's not white.
Well, even when it was, then you knew there was cleanup that had to happen afterwards, and that was like crud.
Yeah.
It's beautiful when you can sit inside and watch it snow and the sun glistens on the white snow, make it look like diamonds. It's
Right.
gorgeous until you have to
Things
get
to
out
go
in it
on it.
or until you got to go clean it up. It's gorgeous.
We'll go to a white sandy beach here in Florida. That'll work.
If it snows in Virginia in October, I'll know something's up. It's supposed to be a bad winter everywhere. Dude, hey, Rachel, Joe and Rachel. Andy said, we have a fire going. Says we had 20-degree weather today, 40s tomorrow. Yeah. Man, we left the bowling alley last night and it was pouring. I mean, I could not see in front of me to drive home. It was terrible. Thank goodness we got home okay. But it was awful. Hello to all I haven't greeted. Hello. Just our luck. It's going to be 60 degrees on Christmas Day. All the white will have melted by then. We had an ice storm last Christmas. I counted that as a white Christmas. Ice storms are horrible. I'm sure you remember those.
Oh, I remember black ice. That's no fun.
No, not at all. It's even worse to try to walk on than to drive on.
Yeah.
White New Year?
At the beach.
Your why has to be pretty strong. It does. It says to choose a why that makes you cry.
Yep.
And like Rachel was saying, Sarah's why was making her cry. Yeah. And I tell everybody, other than my health, my why to keep going with this way of eating was to be there for my husband. Because if I don't keep going, I'm not going to be here, and he needs me. He relies on me for a lot because he can't drive. And I mean, he can drive, but with his movement disorder he has, and it affects his eyes, it's really hard for him to do so. So yeah, I need to stay as healthy as possible to be here for him. He is my why, hands down. Karen, sorry I'm late. Well, you should be, young lady.
Oh,
It's
hi,
all
Karen.
I
Good
know.
night,
I just love it. I love their story, their little love story. It's like awesome. I will watch the replay. Love you, Sarah. Can't wait to hear your story. Hi, Karen and Dan. Sean, so I'm
Hey,
off
Annie
the
Karen.
next 2 weeks. Okay, off the next 2 weeks. I'm okay with any weather. Shell, on the other hand, has to work. I'll probably drive her if we get anything. Yes, you will. Andy, Susan is on vacation till January 5th. It's going to be a fun time with mom here, hoping to get mom to eat more keto food meals and keto chow. If that's all you got in the house, Andy, that's what she'll eat. I
Bless it.
don't want a white Christmas. I want palm trees and warmer temps. You have those, except you're going to Pennsylvania, so you may not have those. We're getting enough snow here in northern Indiana for the whole country. It's been snowing here since October. She said we saw the grass for one day yesterday, and today it snowed again. You all can have that between you guys and Jerry up in Wisconsin. It's like, nope, I don't miss that at all. I'm with you, Nancy. I've had enough white Christmases in my life. Palm trees and warmth are far more enjoyable to me.
My joints love the warmth.
Yes, exactly.
It's
And we
one
get
thing that I've
some
appreciated.
snow here in Kentucky, but nothing like we did in New England, of course. And man, this is like, but I checked the weather in New Hampshire today, where my kids are, 56 degrees.
What?
It was about that here today, but it's crazy. The weather's crazy. But anyway, I'm
My
going to
joint
say,
pain has improved a lot since moving to Florida, with it being warm. My joints love the warmth. So,
mhm, it makes a difference, especially if you have arthritis, is the cold and the raininess and all
yep.
that affects your joints so badly. It's bad. But anyhow, Sarah, I want to thank you again for coming on. I really appreciate it. Anytime you want to come back, you are more than welcome. Just reach out and say, hey, let's do it again. I'm good. And that goes for anybody in
Thank
the
you for
chat.
having me. I appreciate it.
I've loved it. And like I said, it was such a blessing to meet you several years ago and to spend time with you this past November when we were in Florida. It was great. So
I
thank you. Thank you.
remember. I remember when I first met you and your sister. You were just so welcoming when I went to Keto Palooza. So, thank you.
Hey, it was fantastic. And that was the first year that Debbie and I went. And that year, Rachel, there, you remember Nurse Cindy was on stage that year.
Yep.
Rachel went and told her about me and my sister Deb and how Deb got me started on keto, like Nurse Cindy's sister Deb got her started.
Yep.
And she said, I need to meet them. So Saturday morning, we were in the vendor room, and Rachel came running over, said, Nurse Cindy wants to meet you too. And it was like an instant connection.
Yep.
And then I don't know if you remember, but she got on stage to tell give her presentation, and she stopped when she started talking about her sister, and she had us stand up and saying, I just met two sisters, Deb and Cindy, and everybody is just bawling. It was very touching. And Rachel, thank you for that, because without um, you jumping in the mix there, we would never have met Nurse Cindy. And that was so amazing. I just love that woman. I
Yep.
miss her dearly.
She's an amazing woman.
She is. She is. But anyhow, yeah, great to hear Sarah's story. Thanks, Sarah and Cindy. You are so welcome. Rick said, great story, Sarah and Cindy. Thank you, Cindy, and thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. Everybody here is so nice, because I won't have it any other way. Life's too short for that.
Yep.
Barbara said, the wind, cold, and snow today has been awful. I bet. She lives near Columbus, Ohio. I was like, I'm good. But anyway, I want to thank everyone in the chat. And if you ever, those of you who have already been on, if you want to come back on, just reach out. If you want to come on for the first time and tell your story, absolutely reach out
Nikki,
to
it's your turn.
Nancy. It's your turn. John,
Ron,
Brian.
it's your turn.
There's
I can do
several.
it. We can do it.
Mary. I've had Rick on. Lynn won't do it either. I've had Barbara on. I've had Amy on. I've had Amy and her sister on. I've had quite a few in the chat. Sean, quite a few. It's been a lot of
You need
fun
to share
meeting
your story.
everybody and getting to know them. I've had Rachel. Joe couldn't be on that night because he was working or he was coaching. That's
Yep.
what it was. Good night. Merry Christmas all. Got to take my turn to drive. Will you drive safe? You guys have a safe trip to and from. Enjoy the time with your mom. And I'm giving Shell the eye right now. What kind of eye are you getting? I don't want to know. Never mind. I don't want to know that. I
I want to know either.
don't want to know. Never mind, Sean. I didn't ask that. That might have been too much to ask. Anyhow, you all have a great night. Brian and I will see you on Christmas Eve. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.